very often, Virgo, we have a dream, a desire, a goal that we have no idea what the how of getting it is. But the process of getting to something that does not exist yet, something that we can imagine but cannot yet see and feel right in front of us, it's a co-creation. It is a collaboration with the universe, with spirit, with God, whatever you'd like to call it. And if, let's just say, you had a friend and you were like, friend, like you and me, we are really creative, we are really cool and funny and good at this, like we need to get together and write this screenplay or create this channel or whatever the thing is, right? Okay, we're gonna get together tomorrow. See you at the coffee shop, 10 a.m. You show up with all your stuff. You are good, you are ready. Stood up. Okay, you know, maybe they were afraid of failure, maybe they're afraid of success, maybe they got a flat tire. I don't know. I'm gonna give them another chance. Again, see you there, this time, this place. You show up fresh, crisp, ready, inspired, caffeinated. Stood up. How are you meant to create this thing if you keep getting stood up by your creative partner? How is the universe to create your thing if you are not showing up to the sacred container? Hi Virgo, welcome to Zero's Journey. I'm Madeline, lovingly calling you in along with Spirit. Welcome to your August reading. I am very excited to get into the story of your month, but I just had to start with a litany from Spirit. Pulled a card for you before we got together from the Threads of Fate deck. Your mission statement for the month, Virgo, is dare to dream. Dare to dream, meaning get a little wild, get a little curious, try something a little different. Dare. And when I said show up to the sacred container, we're going to get into, I'm going to shuffle up your cards and we are going to get into the story of August. But what I am literally feeling is if there is something that you want to do or be or have, whatever it may be, you want to create something, you want to change something about your life or your physical body or whatever, like anything. I want this outcome. Don't idolize the outcome. Show up for the training, the process, the journey, the work. Show up. So what do I mean? If you want to write a book and you're like, I have no idea how in the world I'm going to become a published author, but I really want to be a published author or a movie maker or whatever it is, then you had damn sure better show up to your appointments with destiny. You had better sure show up to your appointments with spirit that you have called for, that you have dreamed of, that you have summoned. So, what's the container? What does it look like? It could look like setting a Google Calendar reminder to every evening at the same time or every morning at the same time, sit at your computer for 30 minutes of writing. Even if what you write is, I have no idea why I'm doing this, this is boring, I'm not a writer, I think I've made the wrong decision, but I guess I'll see you again same time tomorrow because universe, I really want to create this. If you keep showing up, universe keeps showing up with you. If you call and the universe shows up and you don't show up over and over, it is no wonder that we start to feel a little disenchanted and dejected because it's like we can feel the vibration is like, hey, I thought we were gonna, you didn't want to, like a friend would feel shitty, right? Kept showing, like, kept standing them up, like that's rude. And a Virgo can't stand rude. I've got a strong case to be made for Hannibal Lecter being a Virgo. I'm very curious how the rest of y'all feel. That's just an aside. Okay, let's get into the story. Let's get into the story of your month, Virgo. Spirit. What's on the docket in August for Virgo? Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising and Dominant Folks. Spirit. What do Virgos need to know in the month of August for their highest good? For their highest good, Spirit. Virgo. Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising and Dominant Folks. What do they need to be aware of for their highest good? for their greatest joy, fulfillment, security, peace of mind, Spirit. What do Virgos need to know? Their highest good. Virgo. Oof. Just got to peek at one of your cards by accident. Okay. 2 more. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. You're the boss, Spirit. Virgo in August. Spirit, what is the story? The truth for the highest good of Virgo in August. Okay. Let's get into it. And you know what Spirit is telling me, Virgo, right off the bat, is we're in Leo season, right? So whether you have sun, moon, rising, whatever in Virgo, there is some activity happening. Your 12th house is being lit up. So if you don't know anything about astrology, just think of a clock. You know how it goes 1 through 12 and then starts at 1 again? That's exactly how it is with the houses. First house is your rising sign. Goes all the way 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, the last house right before that 1, that new beginning. 12th house is endings, unfinished business, the past, memories, that which has yet to be integrated or processed so that we can begin anew, start fresh. Like, what do we need to declutter? What do we need to sweep out from under the rug? What skeletons do we need to lovingly invite out of the closet and onto the couch for a good conversation, etc. The sun is lighting up that house for you right now, so you may be finding that issues from the past or things that rhyme with things from the past are coming up right now. Like, wow, how weird that this pattern is showing up, or that memory popped up in my Facebook feed and took me back to this, or whatever. And it kind of goes with the fact that this is happening to me. These are the things that Spirit is saying. Okay, no, to put this in A, B, and C, I'm just going to say it like this. The more that you embrace the sort of natural timing of things, the more that you accept, like, okay, so all this stuff is coming up and asking for me to look at it or to deal with it, the more we resist, the more painful it is, essentially. Like, I don't want to look at this, I don't want to deal with this. Cool, then we can deal with this in another 2 years when the interest of pain has compounded. You know what I mean? Or we could just deal with it now. Let's deal with it now. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Okay, all right. Listen, we got to get ready for that first house. Your emergence from the cocoon. You're liquefying right now, right? Just as a caterpillar does when it enters the cocoon. Did you know they fully liquefy before they reconstitute into a whole new being? Das you. Virgo, Spirit, help us navigate Virgo into their season beautifully. Did I say beautifully? Look who shows up for you. Lovely. We'll talk about it, but that's a lovely energy to start with. Okay. Oh, the hits just keep coming. I love it. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop, but we'll talk about it. This is beautiful. Beautiful energy. Dare to dream. Holy fuck. Just get all the cups, why don't you? Virgo. Yes, there's that 12th house. There's that 12th house bullshit we gotta sort through. Oh, my God. Okay, listen. This is beautiful, 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 beautiful. We got some stuff to sort through. You're a Virgo. Sorting the wheat from the chaff is your whole thing. So let's start there. Why don't we? You had some beautiful energy in the center of your reading. Knight of Cups crossed by Page of Cups. These are both messengers and messages of love, transitions of love, changes. Knight of Cups, you know, the knights are on the horseback, right? So they go places, they change things, they make moves. I feel like you're making a lot of connections in the month of August. And if you are like, I don't foresee that, then what I'm saying is this is the time. This is the time. Like, strike while the iron is hot kind of thing. But okay, I said we were going to start with the trouble or the bullshit or the resistance, you know, that Spirit was already alluding to before we got started and talking about that 12th house before I even finished pulling your cards. And now I can see why. In the position representing where you find yourself, Virgo. Spirit is now giving me, this is so funny. Spirit's talking about that 12th house into the first house. That transition from 12th house, finishing things up, ending things, wrapping things up in a neat little bow so that we can ship them off and clear out the inventory to get ready for first house. It's my time. It's me. It's Virgo season. The sun's lighting me up. What do I want? Who am I? Where am I going? Right? In order to clear all that out, Spirit gave me the quote of Dave Chappelle saying, "Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Hove." Like, that those of you who understand the quote, I love you, you're my people. If you don't, please forgive me. Like, the idea is, I'm done bullshitting. I'm done bullshitting. The devil, where you find yourself face to face with the ways in which, Spirit is putting it this way, you have held yourself back. But that is not a blame, shame, judgment thing. We don't do that on this channel. We're talking about, oh man, somebody else kind of fitted me with the uniform or the armor for this job, and like I have kept doing this job. That's how Spirit's putting it. So it's like, if a parent or a partner or multiple people maybe taught you to diminish your belief in yourself, or to devalue what you bring to the table, or to question everything that you do, like, if you have been trained and outfitted for that, and you are recognizing that now, here's the beautiful thing. Recognizing something and being present with something is truly, truly, truly the very first step to changing it, to loosening the bonds that it has on you. How are we supposed to untie or loosen bonds if we're refusing to acknowledge that we're in bondage, right? You know what I mean? We gotta be the fucking person at the AA meeting saying like, hey, my name is Madeline Joan and I have a problem, or whatever, right? In order to, like, to fix a problem, we got to acknowledge it. To change something, we have to know it's happening. Like, so the devil is not Satan. For those of you who are not familiar with tarot, the devil represents our animalistic qualities, our unconscious desires, the shadow, the things we feel like we're not allowed to be or do, the things we're ashamed of, the things we feel guilty about, the things we avoid within ourselves. And you know, whenever we have a blind spot, there's a danger of a crash. Okay? You're being asked to check your blind spot. You're being, like, if anything, your blind spot is like being put like right here, like, hey, look at this. Remember this? Do you know what I mean? It's happening. But/and you are truly, like, surrounded by love, by support, by people who care about you, by people who want to see you win, by people who even want to, like, work with you and play with you. That's what I'm hearing, like, work and play with you. And maybe it's because the work that you want to do, like, it would be playful. It'd be like, oh, let's do this podcast together. That'd be so fun. Where it's like, yeah, this is work and we're trying to, you know, reach a goal, but we're also having a badass great time while we're doing it. You have a lot of love around you, just in the past, in the present, in the future. We haven't even gotten to the future yet. We'll talk about that in a second. But all the love and the assistance that you could want is available. That's just what I feel. I must also say that you deserve congratulations for getting yourself this far. Let's talk about why. In the hidden position, in this sort of internal position, is one of my favorite cards in the whole deck, the Empress, the emissary of self-love, the emissary of abundance, of sensuality, you know, earthy sensuality. And you're an earth sign, right, Virgo? And the Empress is creative. She is naturally creative, and she appreciates herself, values herself. And as so often happens in the world, when someone walks around valuing and appreciating yourself, others tend to do the same. And you notice, Virgo, that if people walk around devaluing themselves, others tend to do the same, even if they're remarkable. You know, like I'm sure that all of us, right? All of us know somebody who's like really talented, really hardworking, like et cetera, pursuing their dreams. And then we know, like, that as hard as they're working, you know, they're still struggling to get where it is they're trying to go, right? And then we probably know somebody else, or there's somebody in popular culture where it's like, and look at this asshole, look at this fucking asshole, just like making all the money, getting all the things, like, because they believe in themselves. Because it doesn't even cross, you know, old white politician rich guy's mind that he could be wrong. Like, give me that, I want it, I deserve it. And then he gets it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, if we I've said it before, I'll say it again, because Spirit has said it before, and they'll say it again. Virgo. If Earth operated on the principle of good things happen to good people, bad things happen to bad people, karma, like in a equation, put good in, get good out type of way, the world would look massively different. We are not living in that world. We are living in a world that operates very much on how we perceive it. And how we perceive ourselves has such a strong effect on how we perceive the world. You know what I'm saying? So, the self-love work that you've been doing, the efforts that you've been making to connect with other people, to connect with yourself, are resulting in love, are resulting in a blossoming and an unfolding. And so, for those of you that have been appreciating yourself, I appreciate you for appreciating yourself. For those of you who have not yet done that work, or know that, like, nope, that's something I really, really need to work on, it's prime time. It's prime time. The Empress energy is present within you, and all of this love is accessible around you. And I always feel like I need to say this, because I know that we all come from different backgrounds and situations. If you are someone who is listening to this video and you're like, not me, like, I don't have family, or I don't have friends, or I don't have a partner, or I don't have any or all of the above, right? If that is true for you, I want you to know that this world is full of people that care about you, like present company included, okay? I know I don't know you. I know that I can't call you by name right now, but I know that you're out there, and I know that you're listening, and I know that you're a human being, and I care about whether you are happy, whether you get what you want, and I'm not the only one. And there are places that you can find where you will get support. Matter of fact, right in the description below, this is not like this is not a sell thing, because you don't, I have public rooms, I have private rooms on Discord where you can come and hang out and chat with like-minded people about what you're working on, or what you're trying, or blah, 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 anything. There's one place right there for you where you will meet people who are kind and helpful and supportive and wise, right? There's also like Facebook groups, online, all kinds of digital and virtual groups where it's like, somebody is going through something that you are going through, or has been there before, and will have wisdom or support or simply presence to be with you while you're going through something. Allow that to be. Allow that to be. Invite that in. It's so present. Now, you actually have, I have only noted just this very second, you have 3 out of the only 4 knights in the whole deck. Your reading opens with the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Wands is in the energy around you. The Knight of Pentacles is in the potential position. So this love can take root. This self-love journey, this effort to embrace your creativity and your natural talents, that's what I'm hearing about that Empress energy, can take root. It does, though, involve, let's look at your future. And remembering that Devil card in the position of where you find yourself, looking at the mystery, looking at the shadow. What does the future bring? What do you walk toward? The Moon and the 6 of Cups. The Moon literally represents our unconscious, the hidden, our memories, our relationship with our mother, our dreams, etc. The fears, the shadow, that which can surprise us and scare us, even though it is a part of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the Moon is not a bad or evil card. It represents the darkness. Yes, a lot of us are more comfortable with the sun than the moon because we can see everything. We know exactly what's going on. But the moon asks us to reflect. You know, just as the moon reflects the sun's light, we are asked to reflect upon the moon. What is my unconscious programming? Where does my urge to act this way, or do this thing, or hide this about myself, or run from this, or whatever, where does that come from? What results have come before from me doing this or that? The more we make the unconscious conscious, the freer and more powerful we are. When we become aware, like I said earlier, we can't change that we have a problem until we acknowledge that we have a problem. Like, Oh, I'm afraid of success. Oh, I'm afraid of being canceled. Oh, I'm afraid of this, that, the other. Okay, knowing that I'm afraid of all that, am I still willing to dare to dream? Am I still willing to show up courageously at my sacred container that I've created to create the outcome that I don't know how? I don't know what the whole process is going to be, because I'm working with a dynamic creative partner named the fucking universe. And they've got a lot of great ideas. They got bigger ideas than me sometimes. So I got good ideas and they got great ideas. And together, we will create something magnificent. When you take the time to dare to dream, literally and figuratively, because the moon, like I said, represents our nighttime dreams. When you dare to make the unconscious conscious, you will get where you're trying to go. You will reach that victory, Virgo. Take the reins. Take your fears and your desires and bring them both along with you. The Chariot represents bringing together opposing wills. You know, like, I want to do this and I'm afraid of this happening. Well, you know what? I'm not so scared of this happening that I'm not still super down to do all this. So you, me, fear, we're going. I'm not leaving fear behind. I'm not demonizing it. I'm not castigating it. I'm not kicking it out of my circle. No, I'm not fearless. Fear gives me lots of great fucking input, okay? I just don't let fear drive the fucking car. Like, fear can sit in the back and be like, oh my God, like, you see that it's a little wet on the street, right? Like, you might want to put on the all-wheel drive. Okay, I'll put on the all-wheel drive, fear. Thank you very much. You can chill. What kind of music you like? What relaxes you? We can work with fear. We can work with anger. We can work with resistance. We can work with them. We can talk to them. They might be some of your best co-collaborators. Spirit said it, not me. Dare to dream, Virgo, and dare to ask for help. And don't be surprised when the flood comes. Don't be surprised when people show up to your door with magic just for you. Thanks for being here, Virgo. I really hope that this is helpful. This is a beautiful reading, and I would be super, again, curious to hear stories, comments, questions, what you might be going through right now. And I want to add that it can really help out other Virgos, some of whom might be very curious but a little too shy to share their own story. So, you know, like, share your courage, help us all be a little more curious, creative, compassionate, etc. All right. Again, I appreciate you, Virgo. Thank you for being here. If you ever want to get a personal reading or hang out longer, there are links to do that in the description. And if I don't see you in any of the Sunday vlogs, Virgo, then I hope I will see you in your September reading at the start of your season. Bye, Virgo.